Hello everyone and welcome to video number 4 from the Infinity Academy. We are currently looking to the 4-hour Infinity tool on EuroCHF, one of the examples I chose for this video. And the first thing I did is I was taking out my session breaks. You will see when you have session breaks on this higher time frame that there are simply too many of those blue levels that are not really helping you anymore on a day-to-day basis. On the 4-hour and higher, we are only looking to the long trends and we do not need the session breaks anymore. This will give us a very clean layer of trading. Now, a very good example here is the Euro CHF that is coming out of a downtrend already for a longer time. And we see here there's a lot of sell opportunities, but I want to zoom in on the moment that from 17 December this minor trend is done with its pullbacks. The minor trend line, as we know, is the current time frame and is based on the 4 hours. Now the major trend line here is the next time frame, which is based on the daily, the 1 day. So basically you are trading on the daily if you choose to select the 4 hours. Now the nice thing is that you also get the pivots of the 4 hours, and those are going to really help you. You see a couple of examples here that even though the pivots are of course updated already, you still see here great levels of resistance on those different levels. That's why I really like to use the Infinity tools on pivots, because they really help us to see the support and resistance lines, as you see here how good the price is reacting to that. Also here having such a great support resistance line support telling, like a tool telling us where those support and resistance line levels are. Now the first sell we get here is after the minor trend is creating a red line and turning the 4 hours into a downtrend. The daily is already in a downtrend and we get the first cross from green to red from the entry line under the Ichimoku cloud, giving us the first sell here. And this is just an example of the different options how you can trade with the higher time frame. So one of those examples is that you can go in when the major trend line changes color, and you can just stay in all the way till the price touches that major trend line again, and then later the major trend line even turns into another color. You can do the same with the minor trend line, and here is a very good example where you see the minor trend line changing from green to red, and here at the end on 25 May changing to green again. Basically you can trade this particular trade all the way in one big downtrend till you see this change. Now that would be a trade that is taking you not even multiple days but multiple months, 160 days, for about 380 pips with the lowest point on 450. Now Euro CHF is not really a pair that's paying off that much to wait 153 days for. There's other pairs. We can look at Euro AUD later in this video, which is at this moment on the top, where a trend like this will be thousands or thousands of pips. What is more interesting, and I think that still a lot of traders will do the same, is they can take multiple trades for multiple days. So here you see the first ride, which is a great first trade, starting and ending within 2-3 days, giving about 100 pips. Then the price goes sideways a bit and you get new sell entries. The nice thing with this higher time frame is you will get actually more arrows, because every time there's a pullback, the chance that the price is actually below the cloud is pretty big. So that means that you get more sell entries, while on the lower time frames the pullback might change its color, might change the entry lines' color, but the price might not be below the cloud, which means you will not get a selling arrow. So this is the second one. And if you want to stay in, you can go to one next pivot level and then the next pivot level as well. Again, the price is a little bit flat before we get the new selling arrow. So this is nice that you can actually take all those different selling levels, and here you see you take a certain part of the price twice. And here you even see red, red, red below the cloud. So it changed the price entry level from green to red while the price was actually in the cloud, which means we are missing that sell level. So here you see the price coming under the cloud. We have red, 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 and we can point ourselves a red arrow with the word sell in red on top of it, because that basically is a sell entry. Red, 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 and under the cloud we will sell that as well. Then here you get a sell entry, creates a pullback first to the minor line before coming down. We do have some pullback sometimes. That's why there are different levels of stop loss, which will be explained in a later video. So we will have a separate video specifically about stop losses, where to put them, and make your own choices which ones you like to use. So there's multiple opportunities here in selling this for just 1 or 2 days. Here we have another sell entry that probably drops a couple of pips, makes a pullback, and then comes back to its entry, where you might be able and happy to just close it before it goes up again. Sometimes it's better to close a trade when something went into pullback, went into minus, went into drawdown, and then came back to your entry, that you say, okay, I'm happy to go out. I do not want to stay in this trade all the time, because it's taking one of my trading slots. I personally trade no more than 5 trades at the same time, unless they are hedged, but basically 5 open trades that are taking use of my account, and therefore I am trading this would basically tell me that there's one of the trading slots used for 23 days. So when that comes into break even or even close to break even, I would probably just prefer to close that trade. But to stick purely on the 4-hour explanation, this is a very, very nice option where you can take the trade in one time, or where you can find multiple entries to sell this pair. Now, going as promised very quickly to Euro AUD, zooming out, giving us a very nice buying right here, where you see the trend changes, green, green, green. We can already buy the first 400 pips here in just 5 days. So this is a great green, green, green first 5-day ride. Then here we have that little pullback over a couple of days, and when it starts to grow again, this is when you see the prices above the cloud. So the chance that you catch that buy arrow is very big, and here we have a beautiful buy that you can stay in all the way, even here to the top. Of course, you don't know the top, so when it starts dropping, you probably get out somewhere there if you were not out earlier. Like, I'm very realistic. I don't like to say this is a 2,954 pips, which is 3,000 pips in 14 days. Absolutely amazing if you are able to calculate that high level and you're actually able to put your take profit on one of those levels. That's why we have the pivot scanner, because it might even tell you those levels, and you might put your take profits on there. But if you don't, then of course you only go out 2 days after seeing those 2 big red levels that you are saying like, okay, I'm going out, which still gives you an amazing ride of about 1900 to 2000 pips. somewhere in that range in 14 days time. So if you look into the more longer trends, there are really nice opportunities on the 4 hour with the daily confirmation. I can't call them swing trades anymore because you can take them as multiple swing trades. Here as well, you can take a buy, you can take another buy, you can wait for the pullback, take another buy. Then it would be multiple swing trades, but actually this is more position trading. Wait for the perfect moment and take the really big waves. Some pairs are going to give you an insane result trading on this time frame. So I hope this was very useful for you guys. In the next video we are even going to look into the daily with the weekly confirmation. I think that is a great pair to a great time frame to trade on if you have the patience or a separate account to trade for this long period of time. Of course, when something is blue and you put it in a stop loss into break even and you let it ride, you can use your account for multiple trades. On the other side, as long as the trade is open, it will require margin, which means that you're still limited in the amount of trades you can do, even though they are already in the positive. So it is a different trading style, but it can be something really looking forward to. So I'm going to explain that in the new video, and don't forget to watch the next video after that explaining the different ways of stop loss with the Infinity tool. I hope to see you guys on the next video.